Hi, hello, and welcome back to my channel, especially the 20 of you that came back for my second video. I see you, I appreciate you. Let's jump right into this. Today, Aries and I want to talk to you about my knitting plans for 2026. Specifically, right now, I'm going to go over what I plan to knit for the winter. At a later time, I'll probably cover the spring and the fall and the summer and all of that. But for now, I'm just gonna cover my winter knitting plans in this video. Okay, so to help me go through what I've planned for the winter, I put together basically everything I plan to make on my iPad. So hopefully it's easier to show you what I'm planning to make. So first of all, I've got the Sophie hood, very popular pattern. I've never knit anything from Petite knit before, so I'm actually pretty excited to give this a shot. I've started part of it already. It's actually moving pretty quickly. I ran into some issues because I picked a yarn, my local alpaca yarn, that isn't actually the right weight. So I had to go buy more yarn, but I realized this over New Year's time and everything was closed. So I had to wait a little bit, figure it out. Finally picked up this wool yarn that you see towards the right side here. I was actually really shocked at how closely the color matched with the yarn that I currently have. But I am limited to just 2 balls of that yarn, so that's why I ended up deciding to knit the size small. So yeah, that should be it for my first project here. Second, we've got cardigan number 9. I've actually never knit a cardigan before, which might be surprising to some, but I don't know, something about knitting a button band and figuring out button placement is really intimidating to me, so we'll see if I can figure it out. I've heard really good things about this pattern as well. Again, I've never knit anything by My Favorite Things Knitwear before, so it'll be my first time knitting something by her. I've heard great things about her pattern writing, so I think it should be easy enough to follow along for my first cardigan. I've picked 2 yarns that I've never worked with before for this one. So first I've got the Juniper Moon Farm Santa Cruz, which is an organic merino in the color Pacific. And then while I was at the yarn shop, I found this Isair Alpaca 1 in the shade Midnight, which looks really pretty. I actually just knit up the gauge swatch for that too, and those 2 together look really good. So I'm really excited for this. I'll see if I can put in a photo of what that gauge swatch looks like once it's dried. So yeah, that's going to be my second big project. Because those 2 yarns together make a fairly thick but drapey fabric, I think it'll be good to have as a winter staple. So that's the second project that I have planned. And then number 3, which I am really excited for, is the Herding Cat Socks by Stone Knits. I've knit a couple of her patterns before. For Halloween, I did the I'm Batty for Halloween socks and I really enjoyed it. I didn't end up finishing them for Halloween, but that's another story. So this will be my, I think, second pair of Colorwork socks. I've got 2 cats, as you can see here. I've got Aries and Daffy, so basically for each row, the colors that I'm going with are going to be colors that match their fur, so that's why I went with Knit Stroll in Pumpkin, which I already have in stash, and then same with the Hobie sock wool. I am also considering maybe adding in a couple of stripes, especially because both the cats have some stripes. I don't know if I'm gonna duplicate stitch that or just add in a row similar to what you see in the pattern here. On the 3rd row, there's kind of like a stripy pattern for that cat, so I might try to see if I can figure something like that out for both of them. So yeah, that's going to be the third pattern. I think I want to try to knit a pair of socks for every season. So we'll see how that goes, starting with this first pair. And then lastly, I've got a mystery project, which it isn't a mystery to keep you in suspense. It's a mystery because I still don't know what it's going to be. I've got quite a lot of this Knit Picks City Tweed yarn in the color Artichoke. It's a DK weight. I originally actually thought of knitting my cardigan number 9 in this yarn held double, but this color seems a little bit more spring to me, so I'm not sure if I'll just knit another cardigan number 9 or another cardigan with it. Maybe I'll knit a matching skirt so I have a matching set. I'm not really sure yet. If you have any ideas, let me know. I'm happy to take suggestions on what I can knit up with this one. So yeah, that basically covers everything that I have planned to knit for this winter. So thanks for joining me for this video. I know it was pretty short. I didn't want to just yap on about each of the projects. I think once I get to them, I'll have a lot more to talk about, and I'll try to cover the details in my knitting podcast. I don't know how frequently I'll be putting episodes out. I'll kind of aim to do like one per season at a minimum, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thanks for joining me this time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.